Hello, everyone. I hope you all, or US people, I hope you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. If you were out in another part of the world, I hope you enjoyed your weekend and your Monday. Welcome to today's CUGC User Share. I'm Stephanie Boozer with CUGC HQ, and happy to have you with us today. I have this slide up just to remind you of some upcoming events. We've got local meetings still going on. Some of them have gone back to in-person events, but most of them are still virtual. We also have two Excel events coming up. We have the Southeast Excel on September 23rd and EMEA, our first ever, on October 14th. So there's a link in the chat for you that gets you to our events calendar, and you can see everything that we have going on over there, including more upcoming webinars. All right, so hopefully you're here because you're very excited about Citrix Converge and you want to know more about it. And I think we're going to be able to hook you up with lots of great details. So before I hand things over to Pat and Sonny, just want to do a little housekeeping. You will receive a link to today's webinar. We're recording it as usual, so be on the lookout for that tomorrow. Also, please put your questions in the chat whenever you have them. We'll answer as many as we can today. And finally, at the end, I have a short survey for you. It's anonymous and for CUGC use only. All right, so welcome back to the CUGC webinar stage, Pat Patterson. He is the Director of Developer Evangelism at Citrix. And we also have Sonny Chhen, Product Design Manager. So hi.
All right, thanks so much, Stephanie. And I believe you need to let me share my screen.
Yep, I'm sending it to you right now. Here it comes.
Here we go, passing the virtual baton right now. All right, so, and can you see my slides now?
Yes.
Great. Okay, so welcome. As Stephanie said, I am Director of Developer Evangelism, and I presented a few of these before. So if you want my full introductory bio, refer to one of my previous sessions, because we've got quite a lot to get through today. But suffice to say that Converge is a large part of what I've been working on for the past few months, and what I will remain working on until it happens at the end of October. And I am joined, as I often am, by my colleague Sonny Chhen.
Hello, hello. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Really excited to announce more information about Converge to you guys. This is our third one running, Pat? Third?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So hopefully we've been able to polish it up real nice for you guys and give you guys some good information for you guys to participate and hopefully win some prizes.
Great. Okay, well, let's get on with the show. Okay, so the headlines first. Citrix Converge 2021. It runs from October the 26th to the 28th with a little imaginary asterisk there. And this year, as at the last event, we are presenting it online, and it is zero cost. And then one message that we're really keen to get across here. So, Sonny, you were at the first Converge, right? It had a fairly limited scope.
Yeah, it was our first developer event, and it was one of those things where, you know, we did it on site and we had a good showing, probably about 200 folks, but, you know, at the time we were just announcing microapps through our new products that we were trying to get out there, and new product tools that we wanted the developers to play around with and create micro apps with. So it was a nice 3 days of just trying to get people up to speed and get the awareness out there of what exactly were micro apps, how they functioned, how they worked within our workspace arena. And then from there, we had people do a slight hackathon and try to come up with the best micro apps that they could within those 3 days.
Right. But from last year, Converge 2020, we dramatically widened the scope. So now Converge focuses, well, Converge covers the entire range of Citrix technologies, products, services, and it's intended for every technical professional working hands-on with Citrix technology. You know, we've spoken in the past about coders, scripters, builders. You know, all of these people are using, building with Citrix technology. You might be coding C# all day long, or you might occasionally write a PowerShell script. Either way, Converge is for you. And I've put down some of the kind of roles there, admins, developers, architects, engineers, consultants, and more. So Stephanie, can we run the polls and see who we have actually talking with us today, or listening to us, I guess, right now? Okay, so yeah, let us know which of these buckets you fall into, if any. And yeah, love to hear the others in the chat if you're not one of the first 4 there. I love to see the numbers kind of like tick along as we as the seconds pass by.
Yeah, for people who actually kind of mark to other, you know, I mean, I fall into that category where I'm not really a full-on developer, but I do have some coding skills, but, you know, I'm not writing, as you mentioned, in Python or PowerShell or C# the entire time. It's more of just fiddling around and building what I can with what we have.
Yeah, I class you as a citizen developer, Sonny, because you've built things in Podio and you've brought up those web forms, and you know that's what we often call a builder. So yeah, the poll says about half the audience are admins. Yep, that's what we often see on these, and then architects at about a quarter. About yeah, a little less than 10% cloud ops, DevOps engineers, and a smattering of developers there, 4% code monkeys. So yep, that's good to know who we're talking to. And in fact, you know, I haven't been through the others, but certainly, you know, anybody, I think anybody in CUGC really is welcome and will get value from Converge. And if we run the second poll, what kind of companies do you work for? This is always very interesting because you know, I do present in many different forums. So CUGC is one of them. I also speak on partner calls and to distributors, and it's really interesting the different kind of balances between these groups when I speak in different venues. So let's see. Wow, people are voting quick. We've got over 60% already.
I know, it's fast.
Let's just let it run for folks who are slow with that mouse finger.
And obviously for Pat and I, we work for Citrix. That says the shirts.
Yeah, we are branded. So yeah, 75% Citrix customers. That's what we often see on these CUGC calls. Yeah, a few SIs, about 1/8 of the audience. No ISVs today, and very few Citrites. Interesting. And I will be interested to see what kind of other companies people work for when we get the spreadsheet later. Apologies, it's been a long morning already here in California. Okay, so we've kind of covered the audience. Last year, Converge ran for, oh my goodness, Sonny, was it 10 days? It was a long time.
About a week to 10 days, long time.
Yeah. And you know, consistent feedback we had was that was really too long. You know, even though you know you could watch the recordings and so on, it was just hard to sustain focus and interest. So this year we listened to the feedback. We're running the conference across 3 days, so kind of in the traditional conference mode, I guess. And we'll have 3 technical tracks. So last year nothing overlapped. So, you know, you could drop into the Q&A for every session if you wanted to. The trade-off we had this year is that we have 3 simultaneous tracks. So no surprises, virtual apps and desktops, app delivery and security. And that 3rd track last year, I think it was called app creation and collaboration. This year, we're kind of recognizing the acquisition of Wrike and the fact that you know, we have a suite of products now with between Wrike, Podio, RightSignature, and ShareFile, as well as the microapps technology in Workspace that kind of form this work solutions track, kind of productivity apps that are kind of qualitatively different from the two more kind of IT focused tracks. And Sonny, there is a bonus, right? It's not exactly 3 days, is it?
No, we do have a day zero that kind of kicks off. So if you want to register and join, come learn about more business development and what you can do to further your business using Citrix technology. And we also have a hands-on workshop for anyone who's interested in learning about more of the technology. As Pat mentioned, the productivity solutions, how they work, how you can actually implement them into your business, as well as getting feedback and being able to ask questions and learn more about the products.
All right, so that's the high-level view, and absolutely go now and register bit.ly/ctx-converge-2021 as we dive in a little bit deeper. So the first thing I really want to do is thank all of our speakers for submitting their session proposals. So the call for session proposals wrapped up a week ago, August 31st. We had a great response. As conference organizers, we love to get more submissions than we have slots, because then we can be selective and choose the pick of the crop. But we hate to have to send those emails out, letting people know, thanking them for their submission and letting people know that they won't be speaking. So thank you, everybody. We're working through them right now, and you will hear about a week from now whether or not you're speaking at Converge if you did submit one of those proposals. And one thing I have to say about everything that follows, so everything you've heard so far is pretty much set in stone. Everything that follows is provisional and subject to confirmation because we are still assembling that agenda. We have some things we're pretty sure of, but if you see some detail comes up and you registered for Converge because I told you that your favorite product manager was giving a session, I can only say we'll refund the $0 that you paid to register. So yeah, basically the entire program is still under construction, and we will publish it in I guess a week or two. So yeah, we should have an agenda in about 2 weeks. So again, if you register now, you will get an email with that agenda as soon as it is complete. All right.
Be sure to take a look, see if there's any sessions that you're interested in, and then pay attention because we got a couple things going on right now.
Absolutely. So we have this day zero that's really focused on there's two sides to it. One's focused on the business of development, and the reason we set this up, rather than being a parallel track through the rest of Converge, is that we know that there are folks like practice leads and especially like our small partners and consultants that kind of have a foot in each area. They're concerned with the business of development, but they also have a specific technical focus. So we kind of brought this out into day zero so that you can kind of get the business content about partnering with Citrix, and then go on to get the technical content as well. So
while this is a developer event, we do realize that, as we mentioned earlier, not everyone is a developer, and there are different parts of the business and aspects that other people are interested to learn about. Thus, our day zero sessions.
Absolutely. So yeah, we've got. I'm not going to walk through these sessions one by one, but as you can see, we've the early sessions that we've lined up, that are kind of solidified a little bit earlier are a bunch of our Citrix speakers. So these are the people that actually run these actual programs that, so John Panagoulias runs Citrix Ready. I think Bo Dolinsky has the Citrix Partner Services Cooperative offering, and I'm pretty sure Chris Vos works in together with Bo. And then we have Alexi. I said I wouldn't walk through these, and I'm totally walking through them. And Alexi from Wrike is going to be talking a bit about there. Now, mention those hands-on workshops. They are another piece that is very much under construction. There will be announcements between now and Converge. In particular, we have our Launchpad series of announcements going on over the next few weeks, and there will be new technology revealed that we are hoping to present in hands-on workshops to get you hands-on with the new stuff as soon as it is available. So, day one, Sonny. You know Christian pretty well, don't you?
Yes, for those of you who don't know, Christian Riley is our VP of engineering, right?
He's in the engineering organization. I think he is the technology strategy organization that he runs.
Okay, fancier title then. But he's been with Citrix for a while, and he's shifted to this new role, and he'll be our opening keynote speaker. If you haven't heard him talk before, definitely would say check in to hear him. He has some very opinionated views on technology, but he's always very knowledgeable and always willing to talk and go ahead and give the vision that Citrix has going forward, especially for developers and our technology.
Yeah, and then kind of later in the day, we have, so we have our 3 tracks happening. We have a number of plenary sessions where they are of general interest. So they kind of cut across the agenda. And one of those is Patricia Fay Clackley from Citrix Education talking about the training programs. In particular, she'll be talking about some of the programs that you might not even realize that you have access to as a Citrix customer. So there's a whole bunch of benefits that Patricia will be walking through that you might not even know that you are entitled to. And then at the end of, towards the end of each day, we are having Ask the Architects sessions. So on Tuesday, it will be virtual apps and desktops, and that on the bottom right is Leo Singleton, who I am hoping to draft into that panel. But this will be essentially, you know, a panel of virtual apps and desktops architects, people that have been with Citrix sometimes for decades, who have designed and built the products and services that you use. So this is a great opportunity to ask those questions like, I don't know, I don't even know enough about virtual apps and desktops to stump any of the architects, but you know, those questions like, oh, why do I have to attach a hypervisor to a machine group, or I don't know, I don't even know if that's if you do, but those are the kinds of things you'll have, you know, you'll have a great time trying to stump those chumps, and a whole agenda of technical sessions that we're kind of sorting through right now. And then suddenly we've got this panel scheduled for Tuesday, and this again, this is a plenary thing, because this really cuts across the whole audience about career development. You know, it's not something we talk a lot about.
Yeah, especially considering that there's so much that Citrix has to offer from our technology and our product suite. Being able to try to utilize what we have, whether in a sales format or working with your customers, or being able to basically explain a lot of the technology that we're doing and being able to navigate all that we have to further your career, is something that we actually heard back in terms of the feedback that a lot of people really wanted to know more about and learn about. So we have this panel here available to answer questions, give examples, and hopefully give you some ideas and insights on how to either best sell or best utilize or move forward with our Citrix technology.
Exactly. I mean, one area that springs immediately to mind is, you know, DevOps, that I hear a lot of admins asking, well, what is this DevOps thing? How can I apply that to Citrix? How can I better serve the end users and save some of my time by, you know, automating my you know, the processes I might be doing manually right now?
Also with cloud ops, if people are doing migrations to the cloud, how are they currently doing it and what to expect, and how to do it with Citrix.
Precisely. Okay, so on to day 2. And day 2 is where we present our track keynotes. So each track has a 30-minute keynote covering the high-level events and announcements and kind of the state of that area of technology. So, if you're in the Citrix community, these are probably pretty well-known names. Calvin on virtual apps and desktops, Abalash will be doing app delivery and security, and Jay Tomlin on work solutions. And that caveat I mentioned up front about this is still very much under construction. So if it's not Calvin on the day, then I'm very sorry, but he's who's in the plan right now.
So Jay has actually presented a couple of times at previous Converges. If you're interested in just trying to do your homework ahead of time to hear him speak and talk about the technology, feel free to drop by our Citrix developer YouTube channel, and you can look at our Converge playlist and hear some of the things that he had talked about in terms of previous work solutions involving microapps.
Absolutely. And similarly, Abalash presented the app delivery and security keynote last year. So, and that's in fact, all of last year's Converge sessions are on YouTube. And then, delving into detail, one of the sessions we're lining up is Ruud Hunt from, let's see if I can get this right, Citrix, over in Netherlands, I believe. And he'll be talking about Citrix Secure Internet Access. That's just one of those submissions. I picked that one because it quickly bubbled to the top of the reviews. And again, Wednesday is your chance to ask the app delivery security architects any of those questions about ADC, ADM, Nitro, SD-WAN, all of those networking topics. And then we're putting together a panel looking at women in Citrix technology. So I know, last year we had some great speakers. We had Esther Bartel talking about the Nitro API. That's one great example. And we'll run a panel on the Wednesday to celebrate some of those women in our community, and maybe talk about opportunities and how women can progress further and more quickly.
We have a large amount of women leadership at Citrix, differing in all different branches, and they are willing to give their insights in terms of what they do at Citrix, answer any questions, and help further career growth. As Pat mentioned, female developers as well are fully welcome. They've helped create many wonderful micro apps and products for us here at Citrix. So,
yeah. I mean, one of the reasons I haven't actually dropped anybody's name in there is that we are very much spoilt for choice on great speakers in Citrix there. Okay, and getting towards the end of the event, day 3 kicks off with technical sessions. So, we've done the 4 keynotes by now. And so we'll have sessions, Gerhard Kunst from Rawworks, frequent speaker at Converge events, I think. We're talking about Citrix Workspace. Marcin, I'm not sure if it's Simon. I guess it's going to be Simon if it's his, given his first name and the fact it's a last name. It's going to be, again, talking about microapps. And there's a bit of a kind of a work solutions microapps theme on this slide. We're going to be able to ask those work solutions architects. We're looking at our last panel, not completely nailed down. I think we'll probably do something around the future of work. And then we will close with one of my favorite industry analysts, James Governor. So if you don't know James or his company RedMonk, so RedMonk have been around, wow, I've got to say I've got to say, at least 15 years. And they were pretty unique when they were founded in that they focus on the hands-on technical professional, the developer, the admin, the data engineer, the DevOps architect, those people who are actually hands-on with technology. And James's colleague, Stephen O'Grady, actually wrote a book called The New Kingmakers about just how influential the doers are in the modern IT industry and in driving selection and purchases, and vendors such as Citrix ignore them at their peril. So yeah, James is a co-founder of RedMonk with Stephen, and he's very entertaining. He always has some great viewpoints and opinions to share.
And if you're interested, for the once again beforehand, before the micro app implementation at Citrix, we do have a huge library of micro app demos that are on our YouTube channel from previous Converge events, from our hackathons as well. Some really innovative and creative things on how people are pushing levels of productivity for pandemic situations, like onboarding new customer or new employees, or basically using the micro app technology for things you wouldn't even expect, emergency triggers during earthquakes. So yes, definitely some really good content you want to check out there, and then find out how you can go ahead and utilize micro apps for your own productivity.
Absolutely. Okay, so a technical conference wouldn't be a conference without hackathons and other challenges. Now, we've been thinking long and hard about hackathons and ways of engaging with you. And we know, on this call, I read out the stats earlier on, 75% admins, 4% developers. Hackathons work really, really well with technologies like microapps, Podio, integration. We'll be running those hackathons, as we often have done. On the integration front, I think, in Work Solutions, there's some great work that we've seen people done in the past, bringing together those different technologies to solve interesting use cases. But then we didn't want to lose all of the rest of the audience. So those admins, and DevOps engineers and so on, who write some PowerScript as a means to an end, but they're not full-time developers. So we're actually working with some of our CTPs to put together a scripting challenge. So we'll make available instances with the CVAD, with the REST API available, and we'll have a challenge to actually build some infrastructure in a limited amount of time. So you will have to write a script to bring up some infrastructure in the CVAD service, and then we'll be judging it on the fastest execution, who can bring up that infrastructure the quickest, the shortest script to do so, and also have some of the CTPs judging who's written the cleanest code, which implementation is the easiest to understand. So again, very much under construction, but this is what we're looking, this is how we're looking to really engage you during the event and in the immediate aftermath of Citrix Converge, to give you some fun hands-on activities.
Yeah, and during the entire event, there'll be opportunities to win some cool prizes beyond just the hackathon. We do have a couple Easter eggs planned on how you can participate, even if you're not too technical, or just don't have the time to participate in the hackathons. Well, opportunities for many people to win. Just go ahead and join the sessions and keep your ear open for that.
Yeah, I think you're talking about, was it the magic words begins with G? Is that right, Sonny?
Well, gaming.
Yeah, just like some gamification going on here, maybe. I don't know. We better stop there and move on. So, we are also we've been across the year. If you've been to any of our prior events, we've been running this series of events called Citrix Developer Forum. So we've run 2 of those already, focused on different regions. So the first one was Europe, the second one was Americas, and actually next week we have one catering to our audience in Asia Pacific, Japan. So we've used those events to bring up our new event interface. So we've got this platform that we've run our events on so far this year, and it's really a huge improvement on last year's Converge, where we basically used Slack and YouTube. So this is a modern event platform. You'll be able to access it pretty much after we wrap up the Asia Pacific Japan developer forum. You'll be able to see the agenda there. You'll be able to go through the session descriptions, build your own agenda, and during the event, you'll be able to interact with the session speakers and your fellow attendees. So, within this single interface, you'll be able to, watch a session, ask questions and answers. We'll have separate topic rooms for different focuses. So maybe you want to chat throughout the event on virtual apps and desktops, and you'll be also able to network with your fellow attendees. We also have opportunities for sponsors, Sonny.
Yes, so if you would like to join us and become a sponsor, go ahead and feel free to reach out to Pat and myself, or there is some contact information at the registration page. We are open to having people to come and help us out in terms of basically being a sponsor, speaking for the event, having to support and basically be able to answer any questions that we have available for Citrix, and also being able to help out in terms of the promotion aspect and working with us for the event.
Yeah, and yeah, when the event is live, you'll have your own area in that event platform. And then yeah, all of the recordings from this year's events are now available in the platform there. And also, you can get live help from the event team. We have an event team working with us for all of those logistical, technical problems that come up during something like this. Usually it's answering the question, is this being recorded? In which case the answer is always yes. And then down to some general information. We're kind of getting towards the end here, and we'll be able to answer your questions. I guess, Sonny, any event like this that's running live has to run in a particular time zone.
Mm-hmm.
And we are running in Eastern time. That gives us, great coverage across a lot of the globe. It's not great for people in Asia Pacific Japan, which is one of the reasons we put together those Citrix developer forums, so that we could have local content that you did not have to stay up early or late. Get up early or stay up late. Sorry, it's been an early start for me. Sonny, we will have some live sessions, right?
Yes, so keep an eye out on the agenda. Some sessions may be recorded, but surprisingly, a lot of presenters chose to go live. So look at the schedule, see what interests you, and then you'll be able to figure out if it's a pre-recorded or live session. Post-event, all sessions will be available for viewing. We'll send a link out so people will know, as well as check our Citrix Developer YouTube channel. You'll see past presentations, and then once these sessions have been shown, you can go ahead and find out more information there.
Yeah, and the main thing here is that, live sessions obviously have to go out at a particular date and time, but those pre-recorded sessions, we're going to roll those out according to the agenda. So there will be a time and place to watch that session in sync with the other attendees and ask questions of the speaker. So that gives us a nice kind of blend of, you know, the sense of occasion, everybody watching at the same time and reacting in the Q&A, and it also allows us to line up a great amount of content and have it all ready to go across those 3 days. And yeah, as Sonny mentioned, everything will be recorded and available afterwards. So if there are, you know, 2 sessions running at the same time, then you know, drop in on the one you prefer and catch the other one later. And then, yeah, those topic-based discussion rooms will be open throughout the event. So if you've got some burning question, it's a great place to ask it, because there will be other attendees and speakers and technical staff kind of hanging out and chatting. You can think of it as at a real conference. Well, this is a real conference. At a in-person conferences, you have those lunch tables that have a little sign on that says, you know, virtualization technology, something like that. And if you want to go chat while you eat your lunch, then that's where you go. So with that, let's take a look at questions. And I just need to open this up, and I will encourage you again. So if you have not already done so, go and subscribe. And I will remind you again, not just for microapps, not just for developers, anybody working hands-on with any Citrix technology. Okay, so let's have a look. Do we have some chat or questions? Let's see here. If you rotate, oh no, this is some technical question. If you rotate the scroll wheel on your mouse, the slide either expands or shrinks. Cool feature. Does that really happen? No, it goes backwards and forwards through the slide. Alan, you are lying to me, trying to trick me into messing my presentation up there. I think that might have been directed at Stephanie at the beginning of the session.
Yeah, let's see. Mark Woodward, CTX engineer. Okay, do testing with CTX engineers. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, Mark, if you're still on, if you want to give some more context, you're asking about assisting production issues via director and doing testing with CTX engineer. I'm not sure if you can give us a little bit more context there. That'd be good.
Positions in companies.
Oh, I see. Okay, okay. Right. Oh, talking about that career progression thing, maybe. Yeah, I mean, that's certainly something I've been struck by as we've spoken to folks in the community, is the mobility between different roles. You know, I've spoken to people who have been an admin at a customer and then gone on to maybe work as a consultant at a partner, and then gone freelance themselves as an independent consultant. And those are some of the topics, you know, we're going to be covering in that career development session. Just some of the opportunities that you might not have even realized that are out there. Oh, I see now. Sorry, I've worked backwards from like 8 minutes in is when we were running the poll. That's it. Mark was telling us what the other things he did, assisting production issues and doing testing. Sorry, Mark, I completely misinterpreted that.
But as you mentioned, we do have past participants like Brickbridge Consulting that are heavily using Citrix technology in their own business in terms of using it as reselling technology and being able to consult and basically advise upon Citrix technology. That's one career path that we've seen highlighted. They've done some amazing things in the past with our hackathons and our Converge events. And learning more things like that, I think, would be helpful to anyone that's interested in trying to better utilize Citrix technology and up-level their own career.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, I think we have covered the questions there. I'm not seeing any more coming over. So I think with that, Stephanie, we can wrap up and go to your closing housekeeping. I think we might have some swag to give away.
Yeah, so it sounds like you guys must have done a really good job of explaining what was coming up. And I think hopefully everyone has gone to register. I did throw the link in the chat for you. And looks like you can't see my slide. Looks like it's a white screen, so hold on. This happens with GoTo sometimes. Let me do it again. Oh, now I have the beach ball. Okay. Item. Live TV. Okay, let's try that again.
There
Oh, there it is. Yay, it worked. No, thank you again. I think that sounds like there's a lot of good stuff coming, and I'm excited to see who makes it on to the final agenda. That's going to be fun. And so, yes, Pat, we have a pair of Citrix Apple AirPods to give away. And what I'm going to do is pull the registration report. Actually, I'm going to pull the attendance report because you had to attend for a chance to win. So I'm going to pull that as soon as we close down today. I'm going to throw everything in the Google randomizer and see what number comes up, and then I will let you know. So be on the lookout for an email from me congratulating you, or check Twitter because I will announce the winner on Twitter. So make sure you follow us. It's at mycugc. And I also think I told you I had a survey for you. Let me throw that in the chat for you really quickly. It's super short. Here you go. Super short, anonymous, just for us. We like to get your ideas. I stuck a question in there asking what they would like you to talk about next. So
Oh,
we'll see.
absolutely.
Hopefully you guys have some topic ideas.
Oh, yes.
All right. Well, thanks again, Sonny and Paz. Glad to have you here today. And thanks to everyone for attending. And be on the lookout for an email from GoToWebinar with a link to today's recording. And as always, you can find us online at mycugc.org. And we hope to see you at another event coming up soon.
All righty.
All right.
Thanks for
Thanks.
coming. Bye-bye.
Bye.